guys, it's me, Allie, and this week we're gonna build on the last episode where I did a gobo with a one light setup. And if you missed that, I'll have the link at the end. It was 2 weeks ago. So this episode, we're gonna add in a second light. It's gonna be a gel. How you balance your white light and your gels using a gobo for a really dramatic effect. And I will tell you that while you can get pretty close in camera, you have to add some contrast to really bring out the drama. But honestly, 90% of this was in camera and it worked. It's really fun and it's not that hard. So we're gonna do this with DIY materials. So I've got a DIY gobo and I'm gonna show you how to get to this look, but we're gonna use Emma. Because my friend Lexi is not here anymore. We did the shoot last weekend and I just wanted to show you how we did it. So I really wanted to, we were doing macro beauty and I wanted to bring out her eyes, but I didn't want to do it in that standard one eyeball, you know, flat lighting. I just wanted to do something different, something more dramatic. So I found this. I've probably had this in my studio forever. It's an old, it's got some little picture framey things, so it's just some piece of white foam core that I probably pulled out of a picture frame and held onto it because you never know. I then took a little sharp kitchen knife, took it outside. You can see I drew lines on it to try to make sure that I kept things straight because I figured, that would be good. And I tested it and I noticed that no matter how hard I tried, the edges were ratty. So I took some painter's tape. I took the painter's tape and I just lined it, and that made the edges nice and smooth, which is really helpful because I'm going for sharp shadows. And if I had left the edges ratty, I'd have been there in Photoshop going, crap, I gotta edit this smooth. I don't wanna be dealing with that. So fix it now. So I fixed it. In order to get this look, you're gonna need 2 lights. Your main light should have a modeling light. And you're gonna need the gobo, and you're gonna be, don't work with a claustrophobic model because they're in a little box. I've got my clips. I have a crossbar. This particular crossbar is a T-shaped crossbar. Honestly, any kind of crossbar is gonna work. I prefer to use something like a crossbar over an assistant simply because I can lock it in place. And yeah, assistants can adjust on the way, but assistants can also move it out of the way. So this way I know I've got it right. Okay, so you can see she's pretty closed in there. My blue gel is on a speed light, so I don't have a modeling light for that. I don't aim it directly at my model because I kind of wanted to hit her, but in general, the white light wins and the gel is gonna color your shadows. But sometimes, if the white light is starting to fall off, the gel and the white light can start mixing, and then you lose that sharp line because they start to mix too much. So that's why I made my key light, which is over here, my white light, is much higher, and this baby is set at 1/4 power. So it's enough to tint the image, tint the shadows, but it's not enough to fight with the white light. And the white light is set at a proper exposure. And the first thing I do is I take a few shots with just the white light. I wanna make sure that I've got what I need. I've got the pattern working properly and my exposure's good. After I've got the white light working, then I add in the gel, take a few test shots and adjust the gel if it's cutting in more than I want. And that's it. I was in very close in the little box, in the little space that I have between the gobo and the gel. It's a simple setup and it's not gonna cost you a lot of money. I mean, you need gels, you need 2 lights, you need a way to modify your lights if you don't have the barn doors like I'm using. You can use a black aluminum foil. You can make one out of black cardstock. There's all kinds of ways to make modifiers and light flex. I'm using a black background because I don't want my light flying all over the place. And that's it. So if you got any questions, leave them in the comments. Bye-bye, and don't forget, like, subscribe, all the stuff. See you next time.